Okay, so we'll look on terrain effects, we'll look on geometry effects, and next we have its ecosystem. So let's enable. And I'm going to the order from right to left. The reason is why, because it's easy to observe a spline effects by first creating terrain effect and after geometry so we can preview it, but you don't log into that order. You can select in an order you want it. And many times actually you maybe want to create just ecosystem, so you will enable ecosystem effect first. So before we look on a road how the ecosystem works, let me also create second spline, and we'll just look on ecosystem itself. So I'm going to create spline tool, and I'm going to create points right here. The next I'm going and click close my terrain. So right here you notice it's closed. Now it's one loop. This way, when I start working just only on the ecosystem effect, I can populate my ecosystem just only in this area. So let me go ahead and select it. Right here, options for this, we're going to work in a fill area. So I'm going to populate with an ecosystem. And if you have another ecosystem and maybe you want to have it one type of the forest on the middle, you want to create a grass, you can create a cut through. So I'm going here, selecting, and we have our ecosystem. I'm going to just add maple tree to this. Okay, when maple tree added, we'll just click populate. So right here you can see we populated our ecosystem in this zone. Okay, example, let's go create one more spline. Okay, same, I'll look at this spline right here. Okay, ecosystem. We'll go populate this ecosystem and let's add something different, maybe yellow or even red maple tree. Okay, let's take a second. The options, you notice when it says cut to other ecosystems, so we can click populate right here. Let's click OK. Let's select our other spline. We can click populate, and you notice right here it's removed, so it's cutting through this. So in that case you can select and creating different ecosystem mixes, just kind of work very nicely. For example, instead red maple trees, I decide to add a grass. Let me go select. Okay, on this case I can make very nice effect on the middle just with populating grass right here. Okay, again we can take our camera. And just look down. So you can see right here we have trees and we have some grass on the middle with cut through our ecosystem. So in this case is how you can use it ecosystem inside with a loop around and just select the area. So let's go back to our previous one and I'm going to edit. This is using ecosystem as a fill. We also can use it as a stroke, so keep it continue to our path in our ecosystem. So let's do this way. We'll create one more ecosystem and I'm just going to select right here, effect. I'm not closing, but I will create ecosystem. We'll go to select as a stroke, so let's go enable, open, and we'll go just add trees. Let's select maple tree and click populate. You notice right here they're populating along the line, so we can increase the density. And you notice our ecosystem is populating as a stroke along the line right here. Follow this path. Additional options we can apply, it is width of the stroke, so currently 3 meters. We can go ahead and maybe pop up to 8 meters. Let's go to populate, which increase width of this as well. Okay, we can populate on spline and show as a ribbon. So it will affect as a ribbon. It's meaning we can twist it on a z-index as well. So currently I'm disabled. We also have it right here, notice filter, how we can populate. So let me go edit. And as well, like before, we can go and bring this down. Let's click OK. Populate again. And you will notice on the beginning, amount of them is decreasing of the population. So its filter will affect same like a road, so you can create different nice effect on a shape. You can also enable on the trees to create it by the side of the roads. So we can create a trees or by the side of the river or the road if you like it. Those tutorials I do recommend for you to check again our Spline tutorials, where we have a specific project to create a trees and a water, river, and how they're going over together. Right here we kind of overview of options that we do have it. And one more thing, so right here you notice we have a couple options. Align instead on spline. So if we have it maybe cubes or other things, we can select them and realign them. For example, we have road signs. We can go ahead and realign so they're facing on the road specific forward according to our spline. This is very useful when you create something more like streets. We also have options on influence. If we work with different splines, we can always select and enable different influence on our object. So like right here, when we have it cut through, for example, like right here, we can select specific terrains or splines that we want to affect it. Or we can select all ecosystem. It's what by default right here when we did it. For example, on this one, on our spline 3 on a grass, we did a cut and we select all ecosystem. But however, if you need it, you can select just on a specific like spline 2 and leave it some other ones unaffected. So this is give you a little bit more effect. Of course, if you select all system, all affecting all ecosystem, you can modify how much percentage of this will affect. List on influence as well, you can specify selected objects or you can specify all objects. It's depend on the options on a field, it's what you selected. And this is tool on ecosystem. It gives you additional flexibility to work with ecosystem and how you can influence. You can do by manually go in the ecosystem painter and maybe paint same effect that you can achieve through the splines. Or if you want to automate it, you can go in the splines. The benefits of using splines, it is in the future flexibility if you need change. So like for example, if I'm going on this spline and I want to change the shape, so I can go select it, move it inside the repopulating, and you notice it will for our spline. Okay, let me click OK right here. We'll go edit material, and it will repopulating based on where I want to place. So to add all this flexibility as well, you notice right here it's still applied all effects of the grass or other ones if I needed to cut through. So this is kind of benefits of the splines when you use it. It's flexibility of modifying with applying all these effects, materials, ecosystem, and influence on the terrain.